And Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says it's time for the Russians to stop expanding their military presence in Venezuela and clear the way for an end to the socialist regime of Nicolas Maduro. But he's not holding out hope the Russians will comply with his demands.
I haven't seen any evidence that they've started to move out. Indeed, there's risk that it will get worse before it gets better, but we've made very clear that the cost will be high. We've done the same thing with the Cubans, who are also there, helping Maduro stay in power. And we're working with the Chinese, who also have interest there.
They have interest there. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Retired four-star General, Fox Business Chief Strategic Analyst General Jack Keane to answer that very question. General, good to have you with us, and what are we going to do?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, Lou. Certainly what we're getting here is condemnation and rhetoric from the administration, as you would expect. I don't think we're in a position and a place yet where military action will be called for by the United States or our allies in the hemisphere. I think that the game plan right now, and I agree with it, is continue the sanctions. They haven't totally taken effect yet. Continue to squeeze this regime. I do believe if violence returns on a wholesale level and we run out of options with the sanctions, then it is likely that the military option would be put on the table. But we're not there yet. Dealing with the Russians, however, we got to do more than just rhetoric with these guys, because the only thing they truly understand, Lou, is pushback. What is Putin up to here? Well, he's been investing in Venezuela since 2006, about $17 billion in gold, mining, and oil. He's got about $4 million directly in military capability, Hind helicopters, missiles, etc. So he's got something here he wants to protect. But it's much bigger than that strategically.
You're
for
saying
him.
all of those assets in Venezuela?
In Venezuela. But it's much much bigger for him.
So why in the world did the Bush and the Obama administrations let them do that without response?
Yeah, it's extraordinary. Putin clearly took advantage of both administrations.
Two of the worst in our country's history.
Ever since he took office. So what Putin is up to here, every single day he is trying to, Lou, reduce the United States' global dominance in the world. He's doing it in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and here he is in our backyard. So I think the issue here is he's buoyed by the success he had in Syria and propping up the Assad regime. If he can prop up Maduro, and Maduro can possibly hang on, then his influence in the Western Hemisphere, Putin, Russia, will go up. What should we do? I think we go to his backyard and we double down in Ukraine, in his backyard, with considerable military assistance. You know, that's number one.
I'm looking at two administrations again, Bush, Obama, in 2 years of President Trump, and nothing has been done to support the level of military assistance we should have been providing the Ukrainians, period.
No, I totally agree. Obama refused to do that despite their pleas. But we should double down on this and let Putin know clearly that the reason we're doing this is because of what your involvement is in Venezuela. The other thing is Putin is in violation of the UN resolution on sanctions in North Korea. They have never complied with their own resolution that they voted for. Yeah. I would expose that with some evidence and let the world see that they are violating it. Putin deserves a smack in the face here, and I think the administration can give it to him.
And meanwhile, China is all over the Caribbean islands. They are expanding, as you know, in Central America. Their influence, specifically the most strategic part of Central America, of course, is the Panama Canal. It looks to me like the hemisphere is aflame, and we are simply not responding to what is a clear and present threat to this country, to this hemisphere.
Yeah, China has an ambitious strategic objective there, and
so what should
economic
we do?
Investment on every continent. We've got to stitch together policies and alliances with our allies to push back on China. I mean, when you take the United States economy coupled with other countries in the world, we're an absolute overmatch for them. And we have to have the will. The will comes first. And we can push back on them, not just economically. Yeah. We have to push back on them militarily and geopolitically as well. Yeah. This economic influence, Lou, is all about geopolitical control.
I understand
That's
what
this
they're
is
doing,
about.
General. What I can't figure out is what in the world the United States has been doing. I can't understand why, as the president put it, we spent $7 trillion in Iraq, Afghanistan, while this was taking place without response from our intelligence agencies and three administrations. It's beyond comprehension to me. But, General, as best I can comprehend, I do so because of your illumination. Appreciate you being with us. Thanks, General.
Okay.